Graham Norton has hosted hundreds of celebrities on his show, where he creates entertaining interviews. His program features lively conversations, funny stories, and surprising moments. However, not every guest has been enjoyable. Some have been difficult, uninterested, or just hard to deal with. Over the years, Norton has hinted at his least favorite guests. In some cases, he has been quite clear about it. Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's appearance on The Graham Norton Show in 2013 is remembered as one of the most awkward moments in the show's history. Although engaged, he arrived on set visibly drunk and quickly took over the conversation, making everyone uncomfortable. He interrupted other guests, including Sarah Silverman, with rude comments and erratic behavior. At one point, he sat on Norton's lap, put his arm around him, and slurred his words while trying to joke. Silverman tried to go along with it, but Norton looked uncomfortable. He later said he was just out of it. I mean, really out of it. While Wahlberg usually charms his interviewers, he showed a different side this time. Fans were divided on whether his behavior was funny or embarrassing, but Norton had to work hard to keep the show running smoothly. Wahlberg later admitted, "I had a few drinks beforehand. I was enjoying myself too much." Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke's appearance on The Graham Norton Show was quite dull. In contrast to Mark Wahlberg, who brought energy and excitement, Rourke seemed uninterested. His answers were short, his energy was low, and he barely interacted with the other guests. Norton, known for his quick wit, struggled to get anything out of him. Rourke sometimes gave vague answers, forcing Norton to ask multiple questions to get a complete sentence. The awkwardness was evident, and the conversation often stalled. Norton has handled reserved guests before, but Rourke's lack of interest made this interview particularly difficult. Rourke's body language added to the discomfort. He leaned back, looked bored, and rarely made eye contact. Because of his unwillingness to engage, Norton had to carry the whole segment. Kevin Costner. In the DVD extras, there's a memorable segment where Kevin Costner takes on the challenging role of directing wolves for his film. During this part, we see him trying to coax the animals to follow his commands, urging them to sit and stay. His tone is earnest, and he is genuinely invested in the task. Reflecting on the experience, Costner muses about the complexities of working with such unpredictable creatures. Were they wolves? He wonders aloud, as if contemplating the surreal nature of the situation, and amusingly likens it to a cliché scene from a commercial starring a vacuum cleaner salesman, suggesting a contrast between the majestic wolves and the mundane image of a pitchman. Kevin's appearance on The Graham Norton Show was characterized not by explosive moments or chaotic humor, but rather by a palpable sense of awkwardness. Despite Norton's talent for drawing out laughter and quick, witty exchanges from his guests, Costner's demeanor remained notably serious, a stark contrast to the lively atmosphere of the show. He wasn't impolite, but his energy level felt mismatched with the exuberant tone that Norton cultivates. Throughout the conversation, Costner responded to Norton's jest with straightforward, almost flat responses, often seeming to overlook the humor entirely. The playful banter between them felt stilted, as if it had hit an insurmountable barrier. Norton has often addressed the significance of selecting guests who can embrace and contribute to the lighthearted vibe of the show. He remarked in past discussions about challenging interviews, "Some people just aren't made for this format. They don't grasp the essence of it, and that's perfectly fine, but it certainly makes for a very long and often uncomfortable show." This sentiment was palpably felt during the interview with Costner, where the mismatch in tone highlighted the difficulties of blending his serious cinematic perspective with the upbeat atmosphere that viewers have come to expect from The Graham Norton Show. Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro is a highly regarded actor in Hollywood, famous for his talent and being a challenging interviewee. His appearance on The Graham Norton Show illustrated this reputation. Unlike other guests who often infuse the conversation with energy and humor, De Niro's responses were notably brief and hesitant. Well acquainted with engaging discussions, Graham Norton had to put in considerable effort to maintain the interview flow. Throughout the segment, De Niro's answers frequently consisted of short phrases or nods, reflecting his reserved nature. Norton, recognizing the situation's difficulty, attempted to elicit more from De Niro, yet the seasoned actor remained reticent. The stark contrast between De Niro's subdued demeanor and the lively pace typical of the show was evident, prompting Norton to quip, "This is hard work, Robert. to him lightheartedly challenge the challenge of keeping the conversation engaging. Although De Niro's tendency to be a difficult interviewee is widely acknowledged, this interaction showcased the added complexity it brings to the interview experience. Harvey Weinstein. Before his dramatic downfall, Harvey Weinstein made a controversial appearance on the Graham Norton Show. At that time, Weinstein was still regarded as an influential figure in Hollywood, known for producing blockbuster films. However, whispers about his controlling and overbearing nature began circulating within the industry. His presence on the show created an unmistakable tension, and even before the full scale of his egregious actions became public knowledge, it was apparent that Norton was struggling to navigate the interaction. Throughout the episode, Weinstein dominated the conversation, frequently cutting off Norton and other guests to discuss his achievements and projects. His arrogance was striking, overshadowing the lighthearted banter that typically characterizes the show. Norton, renowned for handling even the most challenging guests with a blend of wit and charm, appeared increasingly strained as he attempted to maintain the show's flow amidst Weinstein's interruptions. In the years that followed, as the shocking revelations about Weinstein's misconduct came to light and sent ripples through the entertainment industry, Norton chose to distance himself from the disgraced producer. Reflecting on that particular interview, he later confessed, "I had no idea at the time, but looking back, you do think, oh, that makes sense." This recognition underscores the complexities of navigating fame and power, and the uncomfortable awareness that often comes with hindsight regarding toxic behavior in the entertainment world. Daryl Hannah. Graham Norton is known for entertaining celebrity interviews, but often mentions Daryl Hannah as his most challenging guest. Unlike other demanding guests who may act disruptively or arrogantly, Hannah's challenge was her refusal to engage in any real conversation. Norton described the interview as excruciating. The atmosphere was tense as Hannah gave short, one-word answers, creating long, uncomfortable silences. Norton struggled to keep the conversation going, feeling like he was losing a game of emotional tug-of-war. In a lighthearted view, Norton recalled, "She just sat there saying nothing. It was as if she had been dragged there against her will." This was very different from his experience with quieter guests like Robert De Niro, who, while subdued, still showed some engagement. In contrast, Hannah's disinterest was apparent and frustrating. Norton found it frustrating that Hannah's refusal to participate left him with few options. He often uses humor or clever redirection with challenging guests, but her complete unwillingness meant the interview fell flat. Instead of a lively discussion, the encounter became an uncomfortable deadlock, showing how hard it can be to connect with someone who is completely disengaged. Graham's favorite guests. The Graham Norton Show has hosted challenging and enjoyable guests, but many celebrities have stood out for their positive energy. Tom Cruise has been on the show several times and is known for his excitement and willingness to join the fun. Unlike some Hollywood stars who stay reserved, Cruise always engages with the audience, laughs at the jokes, and shares personal stories. Norton has praised him, saying, "He just gets it. He comes to play, and that's why people love him." Cruise's dedication to entertaining everyone makes him one of Norton's favorites. Lady Gaga also made a memorable appearance. She dressed in a flashy outfit and immediately embraced the show's lighthearted atmosphere. Instead of only promoting her music, she shared funny and self-deprecating stories, making her episode a fan favorite. Norton later called Gaga brilliant, appreciating how she balances her status as a global superstar with being fun and relatable. Julia Roberts consistently brings warmth and humor to the show. As one of the most famous actresses, she could choose to be distant, but she remains relaxed and engaging. Now it's your turn. Who has been your favorite guest on The Graham Norton Show? Let us know in the comments below.